Okay, it's been like 6 months since my last update, so I've already made you wait long enough. Book 4 is done. And I know I've said that before, but this time it is extra true because it is out for edits, and my awesome editor just gave me a progress report and she said that she's really enjoying it. So I don't even actually anticipate there being a lot of revisions. So my hope is that I spend about another month getting everything all finalized and polished up, and then I'll start recording, and then the book, all versions of the book will be out in the fall. Maybe October, maybe even earlier if I can swing it. The complication, and also kind of a bonus little fact, is that the book is about 50,000 words longer than I usually write. It's about 210,000 words right now. So it's big, which is part of the reason why it took so long, and also kind of a consequence of this being a start to a new arc in the series. I've talked, I think, a couple times about this being a trilogy of trilogies, and Blightmarked was kind of the end of the first arc-ish, and this is the beginning of a new arc. It's all the same characters you know and love, so don't worry about that, but it kind of kicks off even more complicated situation, and opens the world way up, and it just took me a lot more time to get that worked out. So that's what I've got going on right now. It's pretty good news. The cover is being done as we speak. There is a title, and I'll reveal both of those at the same time. Probably not too long from now, actually. But that's what I've got for the book update. I'm also going to do another video probably in the next day or two that is just basically a reading of the prologue, or not the author's note from Shortchanged. I realized I didn't really do an announcement video for this book when it came out. I just kind of tossed it out there and after it had been released and let it go. But I slipped an essay, basically, into the author's note of this book. And I know not everybody's going to read this one because short stories aren't everybody's jam, but I think the point of the note is important enough to everything I write that I'd like to share it with as many people as I can. So I'm going to do a reading. I've tried to record myself in the sound booth a bunch of times, and it never works out. Like, the camera is just so close to my face that it just is weird. So I'm going to do basically a virtual reading of that and give you kind of an idea of what it is to record an audiobook with this, but also because I really want you, if you're watching this, I really want you to hear this aspect of it because it's important to me. So, watch for that in the next couple of days. And that's all the book news. So if that's all you're here for, then you can tune out now. Obviously there's more video left on this, but, the rest of it's going to be addressing the kind of the click-baity title I put underneath this. Because a while ago I told you that I was involved in a play, a documentary, and I kind of explained what was going on with that and the story behind it. And I'll link to that video in the description so you can revisit that if you haven't seen that. But now I can tell you that it was a documentary produced for HBO, directed by Nanfu Wang, who has done a lot of other really good, amazing pieces. And this, I don't think, is going to be any exception. I think it's going to be pretty incredible. I was involved in the play portion of this, which wasn't a reenactment. It was, I'm not even really totally sure how to describe what it will end up being in the series itself. But basically, the series is titled Mind Over Murder, and it is an account and an opening up of a series of tragedies that occurred in the 1980s in Beatrice, Nebraska, my hometown. And a bunch of things went very badly wrong in this series of events. And I just live here. And I was a baby when it originally happened, and I was kind of a child when all the worst parts of it were going down. And then I moved back here, and it became more of a part of my life. And when I found out that this documentary was going to be happening in my town, I felt like I needed to show up for it. So it doesn't have anything to do with my writing, but it is, I think, a very important story. And it premieres on June 20th, 2022, on HBO and HBO Max. I have no idea how much I'm in it or the rest of the community members I was involved with. I haven't seen it yet as of the recording for this, so I know about as much as you do as far as what all is going to be involved. I've just seen a few little clips. But from what I know, it's going to be a very powerful piece of documentary filmmaking. And I hope that you're able to check it out, because it is a very important story with messages, I think, that are much deeper than just like true crime. You know, it's not just a true crime account or like a reenactment. The points that are made in this series, I think, have ramifications that are much deeper for the state of our justice system and America in general. So I hope you check it out. June 20th on HBO. You might see my face a couple times in it and see a couple glimpses of where I live. Otherwise, Book 4 is well on its way, hopefully coming out this fall. And that's what I've got for you. So thank you again for sticking with me. Thanks for being patient. And I'll see you again soon.